Hey all my fellow and soon-to-be maniacs out there, this is your favorite webcomic creator and animator, the Chainsaw Maniac, here with another edition of Coffee and Chainsaws. The segment basically where I rant, I ramble, I talk about what has happened over the past few weeks, months, as well as many other events and topics. And if you guys enjoy the content that I do and you would like to see more, I suggest you hit on that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to be notified of anything else I do on this channel. So basically, before I start this video, I wanted to give you guys a heads up. For those of you who don't know, I am Muslim, so I celebrate Ramadan, and the month of Ramadan is closely coming by. And normally during the month of Ramadan, I don't stream, I don't make videos, because just within that time I like to stay focused specifically on my religion and my practices and stuff that I enjoy. So I probably won't see you guys throughout the entire month for new videos. I might actually schedule videos for that month, but we'll see how it goes. If not, then you guys just won't get videos for a whole month. But hopefully I can actually pre-record something and put it out for you guys, so you guys have at least something to watch over that course of the month. Obviously there will be no streams. There might be like short clip from the current streams that I may actually do. Today I'm actually going to stream something. Today is Sunday, by the way, by the time I'm recording this. Today I think I'm gonna record a whole bunch of videos and whatever. I do have power scaling content that I want to push out, but I haven't actually finished the research in terms of what I want to power scale, which is Tower of God, and I haven't actually gotten that far in terms of where I am. I'm currently like in the beginning of season 2, and Bomb isn't as strong in season 1. It's very vague in terms of power scaling of what he can do in season 1, so I kind of want to read more on that. It's getting kind of spicy. We're getting actually into something and getting onto something with defeats and actual things that's coming out for the power scaling of Bomb. So maybe after the fasting month of Ramadan, I will actually get onto that, because maybe I'll be done reading it by that time. During the month of Ramadan, I don't think I'll be working on much, so I'll actually have more time to read a webtoon and stuff besides like work and stuff. So like obviously I'm gonna have the stuff I normally do, but I can also now read and focus on putting together something for you guys after the month of Ramadan in terms of power scaling. But we'll see how that goes. So I will be streaming in terms of Twitch and TikTok, because normally I do a little bit of a stream here and there on TikTok, so you guys can join me live if you want on there. I do stream on Twitch gameplay of Hogwarts Legacy, which is something that I try to finish before the month of Ramadan, but I guess we'll see how that goes. And I think that's it for the updates. I am still working on my short film. I'll have a lot of time during the month of Ramadan to focus on that more within the time I work, and that's obviously excluding the time I'll be, because normally I go to mosque at night and you stay there for a few hours, obviously praying and stuff. But I think during the day I'll be very focused, because that's normally how I am during the fast. During the day I'll be very focused. I'll actually be getting a lot of work out during that month, especially when I'm not focused on YouTube, creating content for social media and other things. It will be less of a weight on my shoulders in terms of providing content for you guys. So obviously I'll be focusing my energy on other things. That's just a little heads up for what's to come, that is coming. So yeah, also during the time I might actually finish up some comic scripts for Kill All Heroes, as well as the Merchant of Ignatius season 2. That month will just be packed with focus. So yeah, that's just a heads up for you guys, just to let you guys know where I will be, just in case you're like, hey yo, Chainsaw just disappeared for no reason, right? So I won't even be on Discord, just in case you're like, hey yo, Chainsaw just disappeared for a whole month. Where did he go? But enough of that. Let's get into what I wanted to talk about. So with the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trailer, there's a lot of controversy in terms of the appearance of April. And I do kind of feel a certain way about it, because I kind of grew up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it was like one of my favorite like cartoon series to watch. I don't remember much about it, because it's been a while since I actually sat down and watched the OG series, but it's been a while, yeah. Looking at this, like I was watching it, I was like, oh damn, the animation style's cool, everything's cool. And then I saw April. And basically April's appearance has changed, let's just say that. And I don't know how I feel about this this new April. I don't know. She just ain't it. She ain't it. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. It's kind of like when you know someone is a certain way for such a long time, and then one day you just turn around and you're like, oh, who the hell are you now? But at the same time, I mean, this is their universe. So if they want to go with that, that's fine. But in terms of April's character, to be specific, like, I don't know if she's a teen. She would be a teenager in here as well. Because I think they're all much younger, so they're all kids basically. So yeah, obviously her role in terms of the team is kind of like the geeky person who kind of works on the computer and like I guess she's kind of the man in the chair for the team. I can't really recall as much about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, although I've grown pretty fond of it in my younger days. I haven't actually gone back and revisited the older series, so yeah, I have no idea. It's not really a big thing for me, but I can see why people who love the series and who grew up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, when they see this, they're like, what is going on, right? Because they've known April to be a certain type of way, a red-haired white girl, Now, on the one hand, my red-headedness, because those of you who don't know, I'm mixed. So I got some red-headed white people family, and then I have the black side of me as well. So, like, on the one hand, I'm like, this is a representative of one side of the people that I identify as, and then it kind of goes with the other people that I kind of am mixed with. So, like, so I'm kind of... you're gonna get an unbiased opinion of me because I am not that much into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I'm on both sides of the spectrum in terms of this race war, basically, in terms of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. So, like, I don't really have much to say about it because I don't see it as a big deal. They can do what they want. I don't. But the one thing I don't like is the way they're tokenizing the black community as well as, black character. Because they just like, let's just put a black character in there. You know what I mean? It's like not even relative to the story. And also, let's, on top of that, make her not good looking, which is like, don't know why you would do that to yourself. Because obviously you want your characters to look appealing, whether they look jacked or just extremely gorgeous. Because why you want to appeal, because obviously you want to appeal to an audience, so when they see that, like, damn, that chick thick though, you want to maybe that's not her character aesthetic, although they are teenagers. I think they are much younger there, so I don't think the sexualization of a character in this instance is okay. Like, I think that's fine the way they did it here. It's fine, she's a younger girl, but at least you could have made her look cuter than what she is, like cuter. Now I know there are some ugly ass kids out there, but I mean, you do you, They want to make people look a certain type of way. That's fine with me. I don't really care what they want to do with this property. And it's the same type of shit that Disney does, and now it's getting flack for because it's literally the MCU now with the Marvel universe, and it's just appealing to women only and, like, strong, independent. I get what they're trying to do, but, like, they could have go about it a different way. You kind of just, instead of just shitting on men and color swapping characters out, and, like, to be honest with you, it's just a whole mess. But in conclusion, like, this one isn't that big of a deal for me. But obviously, I'm not a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles super fan, although I do like the characters and, the Mikey and, like, Leonardo and all the very fun group of, like, characters. And, although there is something that I am interested in looking at in terms of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle universe, which is there's this comic where Leonardo, what happens is his brothers die some way. And this turns him into, like, some sort of, like, a rogue assassin, and basically inherits all the fighting styles of his brothers, and, like, he becomes this, like, cool ass ninja assassin. And that comic appeals to me because I like the more darker stuff. So, like, I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna say about that. Like, this it's not really a big deal, but, like, just in terms of the color swapping and race swapping, just for no reason, I don't know, it just rubs me a type of way that they not only made this person black, but then they made this person purposefully unattractive, which is like, I don't know what they're trying to say more than that, but it's very slippery ground. You don't wanna give the kind of wrong impressions of what you're trying to say about the specific group of people. So tread lightly, people who are making this thing. Tread lightly. You already pissed off everyone. Just tread lightly. And I know people don't like talking about this stuff. They feel kind of uncomfortable, but you got to talk about the stuff, That's how you solve the problem. You talk about the stuff you don't like. You figure out where you're going wrong. You figure out maybe some miscommunication or some way you interpreted a certain piece or something. And then, you figure it out as you go. And don't be like Disney, The fans say they don't like this thing. They don't like that thing. And not only Disney, but, like, DC's, Warner Brothers, DC as well. Like, fans say we don't like this thing. We don't like that thing. And they still do the thing, which basically costs them money. They lose so much money. You have no idea how much money Disney as well as DC, in terms of production cost for these things, every time I point out the statistics for Marvel and DC, people are like, no, they're making a lot of money. But they don't factor in the cost of the overall product and what are they making, because you have to factor that in. And when you factor it in, they're not making much back. They're barely breaking even. So like, it's just like, man, yeah, they're going straight down the shithole. And I just recently watched Spider-Man No Way Home again. I'm thinking, like, as I'm sitting there, I'm watching this superhero movie. I'm like, man, this movie is so good. What makes it so good? Like, I was sitting there, like, thinking, why haven't I been that interested in any of the new superhero movies coming out? Like, what is it? Not even just the movies, it's like certain types of series. Like, I like The Boys, but why do I like The Boys? And obviously I like the cool weird shit when they blow up bodies and all types of weird stuff. But like, what is it about the superhero genre that actually draws me in, that I enjoy and that I like about certain superhero movies that I can still go back and watch it, like Iron Man, the first few Hulk movies, Avengers, the Avengers that they did. The newer stuff is a bit but like the older stuff, you can still go back and watch and you can enjoy yourself with it. And you actually sit there and think about like what actually drew you into these movies, besides the big names, because obviously that's another Spider-Man, big name will always do well. Just do more Spider-Man content. I'm not talking about reinventing Spider-Man into whatever type of diverse, weird shit you want to do. Like, just do Spider-Man, Peter Parker. Go back to basics. And this happens with every creator. This happens with every type of franchise. They go too deep. They get lost in the sauce, okay? Get too lost in the sauce. You got to reel it back. You just have to go back to what made it what it is. You know what I mean? You just got to reel yourself back in. And that's why the OG stuff will always be the best, because it's the original property. It's what it was. And, people try to change these things up, and it's not going to work out a lot of times. Sometimes you just have to make a new thing, instead of like reinventing old shit. Like, don't do that. Just make a new thing. Like, why? Why? Just for the name? Just for the publicity? Because obviously it's not working. So like, why? Right? I don't want to go into a really big rant. It's just like, sometimes you just have to reel yourself back, remember what made it what it is, and just go back to the basics and back to fundamentals as always. I'm not going to tell them how to make films. I'm not going to tell them how to write their stories. This is just how I would do my stuff. And I know there's someone going to be there, diversity, blah, 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 blah. Like, I know that person's going to be there. But look here, I have no problem with diversity. It's just the way you execute it that pisses me off sometimes. Like, it's just the way you execute it. And I'm basically the poster boy for diversity, because I'm so mixed. I'm very mixed. I'm extremely mixed. I wouldn't be surprised if every race is in my DNA. I wouldn't be surprised, because that's how mixed I am, okay? I understand the diversity aspect. I do understand it, okay? I understand it very well, because I am diversity itself. That's what it is. In terms of the racial aspects, at least. But when it's just the execution, the way they implement it, it's just like, what they're saying is this character is nothing more than its race or its sexuality or its gender. That's all they're saying. They're basically saying this character has nothing to add their individual stories or the overall story, and that's all they are in the story. Just a race, just a gender, just a whatever, right? But nothing more. Nothing more to the story. But they're basically just a placeholder so that the corporations and mainstream can check boxes. That's all they are. That's at least what the mainstream media has done to them and turned them into. So yeah, I'm just honestly tired of like this political reality stuff feeding into this propaganda machine, or like this like weird way of programming people. I'm just sick of that shit. Like, honestly, can't we just make dumb stuff to take our mind off the worries and struggles of the world, And speaking of worries and struggles of the world, this is a good segue. Next little thing, because Mr. Beast has been put onto the cancellation table. They've been trying to cancel this guy for some reason. They've basically been trying to cancel him for doing too much good. And I'm like, I don't understand it. Recently, Mr. Beast, what happened is, and hey, you speak about my man's Mr. Beast, you best believe I'm coming for you, man. Because look at this man. I think it was this week or the previous week, but this man went into my country, South Africa. He came over here and he delivered shoes to the people who need shoes. Not only people, but little kids who are born in some tough neighborhoods, who don't really have the necessary footwear to support their feet, and he got them some shoes, you know. And obviously it hits a different type of way because he came to my country and he helped my people out. And now there's this whole thing going on, like, oh yeah, why is Mr. Beast a white man? Like, honestly, I don't care what color he is, whether he's white, green, or blue. He could be gay, he could not be gay, it doesn't matter. The point is, he's helping people in need. He's giving them something at least, right? What are you doing? All you're doing is complaining about a guy doing good deeds. How can you complain about someone doing good in the world? Like, how is good bad and bad good and up, down, left, right, and like everything is upside down. Everything is upside down. Our heroes have become the villains have become the heroes. And hopefully, shameless plug, in Kill All Heroes, I'll be able to demonstrate something to that effect. But moving back to this story, like, I'm not saying the guy's a saint. I'm not saying he's a prophet, you know what I mean? But he's doing good. He's doing something, right? What are you doing on the internet? You know, typing away hate comments. What are you providing to the overall world? What are you providing? Because if all you're providing is negativity, I mean, to be honest, we do need negativity in a way, you know, to balance out the positive. Because imagine things were too positive, you need that balance, of course. But this is just getting weird. It's just getting crazy. Like, people are literally complaining about people doing good things and want to cancel them for it. I don't care, because I know people's making the argument, the white man trying to save the black people again. It's like, does it matter if he's really white? Does it really matter if he's helping people, saving lives? He cured how much blind people? I don't understand. I don't understand. It's just so weird to me. This world, it just gets weirder every day. You know, there's nothing I can do about it. You know, you have to talk out about these things. You have to bring it up so you can discuss it. And through discussing it, you can gain understanding. Like people's perspective, people's thing, like people's cultures and stuff like that. You can even joke around about it. You can find, you know, that little sweet spot, you know, we can mess around at the same time, actually discuss the real matters and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Who the hell am I? You know, I'm just some animator, but like, you know, at least I want to put something out there for you guys, you know, guys listening. I want you guys to actually think about what I'm saying. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right? You can even discuss it with me in the comment section. So like, I mean, you can call me a bigot, you can call me whatever, right? You can even call me racist if you want, even though it's not going to make sense since I'm mixed. But like, rather than calling people names, you know, unless you just like, you know, jerking someone's chain and messing around, like, you know, me and my homie Elias do. But like, if you honestly, just seriously, just shouting F yous and go to hell and you're a bigot, you're a Nazi, right? And you're just throwing those slurs around, you're just throwing those, what do you call them? You're just throwing those ad hominems around to each other, right? You're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to be stuck in one place yelling insults at each other and you're just not going to make any progress. Like, I've been wrong so much times. I've been wrong. I acknowledge that I've been wrong a lot of times, you know, but I learn from it. Sometimes I say something and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that was pretty dumb of me to say. You know, I'll sit down, I'm like, man, I was pretty wrong on that, right? It happens to me every day. I learn from it. I'm like, okay, cool, I was wrong on that. And I move on because I'm human. I make mistakes. I'm not a god. I'm not a saint, okay? I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna say dumb stuff, you know? And if people wanna hold me accountable for those dumb stuff, okay, fine. You know, there's nothing I can do about it. You know, there is consequences for words you say. There's consequences for actions. There's nothing I can do about it, honestly. Like, if it happens, it happens. I'll just have to face judgment and whatever, right? What I'm saying is, people, don't be ashamed to speak your mind. Just be fair to each other, you know, just hear each other out. You know, be loving, be caring. Try to get along with everybody, even though you may have differences. Even though you may be on opposing sides of an argument, even though you might be even on opposing sides of ideals, ethics, you know, speak about it, unless it's you're way far off in the distance in terms of ethics and ideals and all that type of stuff. Unless you're like some lunatic, right? Then, then we have a special place for you and we will put you there. And basically, we will just not interact, kind of leave you in this little dark hole and we'll bury you alive. So yeah, that's what's happened. Oh my god. I mean, there will be people out there who will just like hate me, but I mean, what can I do, right? Everyone hates everyone. There's certain people that I hate, you know? Hopefully this video helped you guys through whatever you needed to get through. It's kind of therapeutic for me as well to get things off my chest. And I appreciate whoever checks out my videos and whoever comments, you know, whoever shows me love. I always wish you guys the best. And I think that's it for this video, guys. Like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell if you want to be notified of anything else I do. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye, everyone.